If you haven't heard of Calvin Brockington, I highly recommend that you go and check his Instagram out because he is such a talented MUA. And part of why I'm talking about him today is he has his first ever collab with Saints, Angels, Sinners, which is coming out very, very soon. It's called the Reckless Collection. Let's have a chat about this. So I've read through the blurb that he's given in conjunction with releasing this, and I gotta say, I totally vibe with it. So he says things like, this is permission to be yourself, to let the inside show on the outside, no matter how wild, fun or fantastic. If it's in you, let it out. I gotta say, I love that. I think that's such a fun message. But of course, the core of any makeup collection is the eyeshadow palette, and this one is going to retail for $52. It's very matte heavy. There's 15 mattes, 1 multi-chrome and 5 duochromes, and it's going to be $52. But you can use a code to get 10% off. So I have one. It's non-affiliated. It's just my name. I believe Calvin has one. There's a few kind of codes floating around if you are interested. Am I surprised that this is very matte heavy? No. And the reason why I'm not surprised is obviously this is coming from an MUA. Any MUA worth their salt is thinking about mattes. I do think that this is quite a surprise from Saints, Angels, Sinners in that they tend to be very duochrome, multi-chrome heavy on their eyeshadow palettes. So I feel like this is so totally different from the brand. I've literally never seen anything like this from them before. I can see that very much Calvin was kind of given the wheel to do whatever he wanted, and I kind of respect that. I think that's quite cool. And those swatches are absolutely gorgeous. I'm loving the grungy tones of this and then the little pops of colour for fun. I really appreciate the fact that he didn't go with the standard rainbow palette, which we see so many MUAs coming out with. And I really do feel like this is coming from stuff that is very linked in with his general aesthetic. Like, it's very true to him. I like this. I think it's very, very pretty. Full disclosure though, I believe I'm actually getting this in PR. So if anyone wants to see a video on that, I will do it out. I think this is looking really, really interesting. There's something about this that kind of reminds me of old school Sample Beauty. They're no longer around. And I say that with like a lot of like kudos because I thought they were a great brand. And I mean, look at the eye look that he's come up with. I mean, I am deceased. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. But obviously there's more to it than just the palette. There's also 3 lip glosses and they're going to retail for $14 each. And there's 3 lip liners. Again, they're going to retail for $14 each. And they've helpfully swatched this on 2 different skin tones. So it does give you an idea of just how important a skin tone is to these sort of products because you're going to get a totally different vibe with it. So for instance, look at the shade 11 here. It looks really, really pinky here, but I'm going to show you another swatch. Look at how different it looks. I mean, it just shows you have to really know what your undertones are. Now, you can get the whole lot together, like bundled, the palette, the 3 lip glosses, the 3 lip liners. That's $110. Again, you can use a code there to get it for $99, which I think is actually not bad at all. I mean, I have been fastidiously tracking new makeup releases for I don't know how many years now. But if you had put a gun to my head and asked me what brand this was, I don't think I'd have come up with Saints, Angels, Sinners at all. This is not their general vibe. And again, like I said, I actually think that's a good thing. Not that I've anything wrong with their vibe, but the fact that it's really, really clear that they kind of told Calvin, you do what you want, we're not going to micromanage you. And I think that's a really, really good sign. I'm excited about this. I think it could be really, really interesting. I also had a little look at his like reveal video and he was like super excited. Apparently this all started like a year ago where they started to collaborate on this. I'm so excited for him. Like, he totally deserves it. He has a really great Instagram following over there. I think he's on like 9,000 followers or something like that. Again, very, very talented, really knows what he's doing. And I think this is just such an interesting sort of a palette from him. Like I said, I will be getting this at some point. So if anyone wants to see a video on that, I will try and do that at some point. But let me know what you guys think. Are you interested in this or not?